depends on what your contract says. My terms are actually slightly inaccurate. They say that during your probationary period, it's no notice, and then it's a week's after the end of the probationary period, it's a week's notice. No, I think it's a month's notice. That's fine. Statute says it is a week for every year of employment or part thereof, up to a maximum of 12 weeks. So if I dismiss somebody under my terms during the first 4 years, then my terms and conditions are accurate. Once I get to 5 years, I should actually be giving 5 weeks notice. But yes, in answer to your question, during the first 2 years, unless your contract says otherwise, it's a week's notice for every year. And although you should go through the process of a disciplinary grievance procedure, the reality is if you don't, there is nothing the employee can do about it. Their only entitlement is to any paid notice or to work out their notice, plus any holiday pay. Your only problem will come if the employee has evidence to suggest that it is a discrimination issue. If you are firing them because they are pregnant or because they are from an ethnic minority, then you could have a problem. But yes, burden of proof is on. Discrimination law is kind of a little complicated, but yes, to start with, your client employee has to have good reason. They can't just make the allegation and let the employer prove otherwise. I mean, obviously, discrimination cases can be quite popular with solicitors because it's unlimited damages, but the reality is that very few cases are successful, and the ones that are, the damages are quite low. The last report I read said that an average discrimination claim award is in the region of £5,000. Which, when you think about the fact that in an employment tribunal you don't get your costs, your costs are all going. I mean, if you're using a solicitor to go to an employment tribunal, and discrimination law is quite complicated, you're looking at £5,000 in costs very easily. So it's unless you're being funded by a group that have taken your cause on, then discrimination cases are not, unless it's something really big and juicy, it's not really worth bringing.